Welcome everyone to your next 3 months reading. In this reading I'm going to do one for each sign, and it's going to be the energies for the next 3 months. So that's October, November and December. Now they're just going to be little quick readings as far as I'm aware, of course. Once I start, that can always change, but just to give a bit of insight all up front, and then you can watch this video with the monthly videos and just get a bigger picture of how the energies might be playing out for you. Now, I was fine as I was preparing for this reading, but as I sat down to start, I got a really croaky voice. I can feel it starting to dissipate a little bit, but it keeps coming back. Now, I don't have a cold. I did pause to see if maybe the croaky voice was my own energy, but I have a feeling that it's come about to acknowledge that I think the majority of us are blocked going into the next 3 months. So there is some aspect of our life, of ourselves, that we are blocking, or that we're not willing to look at, or that for some we can't see yet. It might just be a feeling, but we just don't know what that feeling is linked to. And I start my readings always with Aries and then work through to Pisces. So I get the feeling, we'll see if I get croaky, if I stay croaky throughout the readings, but it might just be that as the readings progress, I might get less croaky, I might get more croaky, and that might just be that maybe the first signs are the most blocked, and then as we progress, the signs are getting less and less blocked, or maybe on a different journey or path, or a different level of openness. So we'll see how that goes, but I was asked to say that just to let you know. So what can also happen is that when we are blocked, what people say or these messages that might come across might trigger you in some way. They might just simply not resonate. They might annoy you in some way. They might make you feel sad, uncomfortable. It apply, you know, there's so many emotions that can be applied in that scenario, so everybody will be a little bit different. But when we are blocked, what people say, we tend to either not listen, not want to listen, or it just doesn't sit well with us, or we don't understand it because we're just not there. We're just so for those of you that these readings might just leave you cold and just uninterested, please know that it's not for now. Maybe come back in November or December and listen again, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. So just take things as you feel them, and just know that there is what's the word I'm looking for? There's no need to understand. There's no need to push. There's no need to fight with anything. If anything, when we feel blocked, the best thing we can do is surrender and just let go. So with this energy that I'm getting straight up front, it'll be interesting to see how the cards play out. So I will put timestamps below so you can skip the introduction if you want to. Because I'm going to be shuffling well and then wanting to sit with the energies for a while, I'm going to do the shuffling speeded up and in fast motion, so then you don't have to sit through it, just so that these videos don't get too long for you. Again, for those of you that are joining me that have been here before, thank you so much. I love this little community that we're building together, and I love the energies that you bring forth. And for those of you that are new, welcome. I hope you find something that is useful, and I hope this little community brings you some love, joy and support. Let's get started in the reading. Okay, Taurus, October, November and December. So let's get started in your reading. A real journey for you, Taurus. Look at this: adventure, healing, parenting. Beautiful. We've got the Four of Swords, which is that healing energy, that taking time out. The Ace of Cups, the Nine of Cups. Beautiful, beautiful. Vision, free spirit, inner worlds. Let's get started. So Taurus, for October, you have vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. Now for me, Taurus, this vision card is all about being able to take that little seed that's a dream, plant it in your heart, and take time to grow it and see it. So the vision is the very start of the dream. You might have just got a new idea. You might have just got a calling. And I feel for some of you, this is well, you got the adventure card, just like Aries did, exactly the same spot. It's new, taking you in a different direction. But before we can achieve our dreams, we have to be able to visualize them. We have to be able to see them, not in the 3D world, but in our hearts, in our third eye. If you want to move, can you picture yourself in that place? Can you picture where you would live and how you would live? If the new partner, can you picture what it would be like to spend time with somebody, to have somebody to share things with? It doesn't have to get down to the nitty-gritty of what the person looks like exactly, or exactly how it has to be. It's more the energy, how you will feel in that surrounding, in that situation with that person. The vision is the daydreaming. Trust. Trust in the vision of your dream. Trust where your soul is guiding you. Trust in your ability to bring that vision to reality, into the world, to manifest it. Not all at once, Taurus, slowly, patiently, methodically even. But this month of October is not going to be about the nitty-gritty and the finer details. I feel that's going to come. October is a month of adventure. And with the vision card, it's a time of looking at the possibilities. We've got the double 5, and Taurus, the 5s are all about change. It's making those decisions and taking those opportunities, taking a chance. It's risky. And it can bring surprises. 5s is all about surprises, surprising events, surprising twists and turns that you hadn't predicted. It's movement. It can be travel as well. But the adventure sets you off. And I feel for you, Taurus, the adventure may not be starting in October. And I feel with the 4 of Swords here, unless you've got Aries placements, and then watch the Aries, because please watch for your sun, moon and rising. So Taurus, if you have an Aries placement in sun, moon or rising, please watch their video, because they're being called to action now. But I feel that you are being asked to embrace that you will be going on an adventure. Embrace the possibility of bringing adventure into your life. Start to loosen up all the fixed plans you have, the fixed notions about how things are going to go, how you're going to do things. Start to bring in flexibility about how you are doing things, how you view things. Because I'm feeling this sense of flexibility, opening up to change. You might just feel the urge to do things differently, to shop for different things, to cook different things, to go to different places, to speak to different people. And that can just be something as simply as you really want to change your hair or change your clothes. And so it can be on a very superficial level, but it's going to start there, and it's going to go much, much deeper. But sometimes when we bring change into our life, first we have to, well, we don't have to, sorry, but first we are sometimes inclined to change the tangible things, things about ourselves, our appearance. We might rearrange the furniture in our home. Little things like that. But don't discount those. You might decide, maybe you walk every morning, you might decide, I'm going in the complete opposite direction. And the adventure card here is saying, do it. If you feel called to change something, do it. And I'm not saying all Taurus people are going to go out and get new hairstyles. Not at all. But each of you will be called to do this in a different way. And like I said, please don't think it's nothing if you just change an eating habit, or what you normally do in the evenings, or what, just simple little thing that you can completely overlook. Don't overlook it, Taurus, because it's that little thing that is going to lead to more changes and more changes, and then on a bigger scale. But don't be afraid of this adventure card. Don't be anxious about it. I feel like it's coming slowly. But all those little changes, they will add up to something impactful in your life. It will change you. Also, the double 5 comes to a 10 and a 1. So the 10 in tarot is the completion. But in numerology, it comes to a 1. And the 1 is about your new beginnings. It's that fresh energy. It is change. It's new goals, new dreams. And I feel that that's where you're headed. These 2 cups here, they're your dreams. That's emotional fulfillment. This is dreams coming true. So starting by the little things, whatever that means for you, Taurus, will lead to new beginnings, will lead to change. Now, of course, I'm saying it's just little things, but for some of you, it might be big things. Take it as it resonates, Taurus, and apply the energies as they fit. So the last card for October is the 4 of Swords, and this is my meditation card. This is slowing down, giving yourself time to think and evaluate. The card says, insights that come from meditation, the need to rest or take a vacation. Allow yourself more time before making a decision. Mental exhaustion, get more sleep. You may find that suddenly you just want to change everything. Reflect. Take your time. For some of you, everything needs to change. But for the majority, and that's very few, but for the majority of you, it's just small changes. The big changes are coming. But you have to catch up. You know, when we start changing, when we start visualizing, when we even start hearing our soul's calling, sometimes we can just feel like, oh, everything's wrong. I'm not at all where I'm supposed to be. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And we can feel this overwhelm because we feel that, gosh, everything has to change. No. As you change, as you get more centered, as you get more clear, you will be able to see this relationship doesn't need to change. I've changed, so this relationship fits me better now, or it might not fit you anymore. Same with jobs. But sometimes just in the process of you changing, it changes, and we'll get to that with the inner worlds, but it changes your outside environment. So sometimes we don't have to do anything. All we have to do is be present and understand where we're going, what we want. And then things around us will just automatically change. Yes, we have to make decisions. There's always actions to be taken. But Don't be driven by action straight away. Come to this understanding, quiet your mind, because as we start to hear our calling, as we start to hear our soul, it can be exhausting because we're hearing this new voice inside of us with a certain amount of clarity, and it can be confronting. It can make you rethink everything that you thought, everything that you believed. So sometimes it can actually make us be more in our heads. So the idea is to go into your heart, but we're trying to analyze all this new information that we're getting so much that sometimes we can become overly mentally stimulated, and therefore we kind of jump on this hamster wheel and we just go round and round, but we don't actually move forward. So Taurus, meditation in October, quiet time, alone time, if you can manage it, will be really important for you, will be so beneficial. Now into November, you have free spirit. To be a free spirit is to float without walls, to fly without judgment, and to love without conditions. I think this is my most favorite card in this Star Seeds deck. I just get such an image of really growing wings, moving past the walls, flying above the judgment, and just with no limit. And this is where your soul is guiding you, Taurus. It's to understand that the only restrictions that we have are physical and mental, definitely. Our physical bodies are limited. We all have bodies that are more or less functioning well. You know, some of us might have disabilities. Some of us might not have good health. So that does limit us. Same with our minds. Some of us might be emotionally strong. Some of us might be emotionally weak. Some of us might have mental disabilities that we have to accept and work through. They're our limits. And for all of us, they're completely different. But there is an aspect of ourself that is limitless. There is an aspect of ourself that is boundless. And Taurus, that's what you're going to start to tap into. You're going to find ways to operate in this reality, this 3D world, with the limitations of your body and mind, but also with the unlimitedness or the boundlessness of your soul. And it's finding a way, or it's understanding the way to operate on all three levels in harmony, so they're not battling each other. And we all know what that's like when we're sick. I mean, sometimes our mind gets tired and foggy and not focused, so then our body and mind are aligned, so that's when we probably get the most rest. That's probably, it doesn't feel nice, but it's probably the best case scenario for healing. But we've all been where our body hasn't been able, through illness or injury, And our mind has been not hampered by it. And it fights with the body. It wills it to get up. It wills it to do more than it can physically do. And then there's conflict. And that increases our pain. The same conflict happens when our mind and our soul are not aligned. Because we literally get pulled in different directions. It makes me think very much of the energy of the chariot. When you're not aligned, the horses pull the carriage apart. They both want to go in different directions. And who wins? And this is where you're being guided, Taurus. You're seeing that you're a three-part being. And you're no longer going to favor one above the other. You will for a while. It's a kind of, you'll swing between them and things like that. But with this healing card, I really feel that you're really going to embrace this, because I get a sense with all this, and especially this parenting card, which I'll explain when we get there, but I really feel that you are going to see so clearly, you're going to feel so profoundly how when the three align, how easy it is to operate in this world, how things become less painful. We're less conflicted. We're less tormented, and you will see that. And you have this beautiful healing card. And when we become aligned, we heal so profoundly. And when I get the healing card in readings, for me it is real healing on a really deep level. Now your sixes is about your health. So this could even be healing on a physical level in some way. Or it can just be the healing that comes with acceptance of an illness, acceptance of where we are now with our flaws, our handicaps, our baggage. Now it's look at this, you've got double fives, real change. You've got double sixes, which is your health. It's about harmony. It's relationships. It's love. It's family. It's your home. It's wealth. It's taking on responsibilities. And I feel that the responsibilities you're taking on is for you and your healing. This is about you, and December explains that to a T. To a T. And sixes bring harmony, and that's going to be so important. Now you've got 12, so you've got a 1 and a 2, and also 12, it becomes the 3. So the 1s is your new beginning. You've got a 1 here as well. Your 2 is co-creation, it's balance, it's partnerships, it's intuition, it's slowing down. Slowing down is going to be really important. It's trust, it's listening. And then your 3 is your creative self-expression. A free spirit creates from that place. Deep within us. It's socializing. It's pleasure. It's optimism and connections. It's sharing of feelings. And look, you've got the Ace of Cups here, which is all about fulfillment and feelings and things like that. Your cups is very much your emotions. You're going to be healing, Taurus, on such a deep level that it is going to change things across such a big area. I wanted to say some of you, but no, I'm being guided to say for most of you, it is on all levels, and some will be big change, some areas will be smaller little tweaks, but this healing is really going to bring change. And we've got the Page of Cups. Sorry, it's very funny because I saw this as the Ace of Cups, and I looked at it and I felt the energy of the Ace of Cups, and I'll explain that to you and possibly why. So the card says sensitivity, open-hearted, inexperienced, moody, messages regarding relationships, new emotional experiences, a romantic encounter, social invitations or events, heightened psychic abilities. Now I find for me the Ace of Cups is the universe bringing you an opportunity. It's a gift from the universe. But in order for it to go anywhere, for anything to come of it, you have to take the cup. You have to do something with it. The Page of Pentacles is you taking that cup. So you have taken that cup. Maybe that's what has started all of this, Taurus. And this is new energy. Pages are the possibility in something. You can't see where it's going to go, but you can imagine it. You can envisage it. You can envisage it. No, I'm not going to say that right. I can't get my tongue around that one today. Sorry. You can see it. And this is, it leads to emotional fulfillment. Now we end on the Nine of Cups, which is wishes coming true. It's succeeding. It's the possibility that you saw in this cup, in this opportunity. It's taking that risk, your adventure here, your fives, and seeing what you can make of it. And you will make something of it. Taurus, that's a definite. And that will apply however in your life that it fits, but it's a given. But this is a journey, because the page just sets out. He has a vision, but not all the steps on how to achieve it. And then we get to December and you have inner worlds. Your external world is a reflection of your inner world. And this is what that healing, this is what this journey is going to be about initially, is seeing how our energy plays out in the world. How, and this may not sit with a lot of you very well, because I know we go through some pretty difficult times and some very traumatic times, and I certainly am not here to make light of those. On the contrary, but what we are experiencing in our outside world often is a reflection of the turmoil or the trouble that is going in within us. So it's almost like a heads up that there might be nothing you can do about the outside situation, but turn the focus inwards. That's this profound healing. So Taurus, I'm not sure if I'm explaining that very well. I'm being asked to give it another go. So I'm going to give you an example. And let's go with your job. You don't like your job. You find that every time you go to work, there's difficulties. Everything just seems to be hard. Nothing flows. Conversations are difficult and strained, and you have to repeat yourself 100 times because people don't understand you. If you can say, okay, why is this happening? Why is this situation so difficult? How does this situation reflect what I'm going through on the inside of me? Now you might turn the focus, so then please turn the focus inward. Okay, conversations don't flow. Am I rigid? Am I blocked? Have I built walls so that I can't hear correctly? Am I sitting in judgment, and those judgments are therefore clouding every conversation I have? Do I feel resentful? And there are those walls again. When we feel resentful, we put up walls. We come at everything with a sense of sometimes entitlement, sometimes fear, sometimes regret or anger. And that clouds everything we do. That's the energy of this card. The way we are on the inside, our outside world is going to mirror that. And that's what leads you, Taurus, to this parenting card. Now, for some of you, it can be parenting your children. So it can bring to light in a situation with your children. And that will be for some of you, it can play a part. But actually, sorry, I'm just being told, if that is the case, if suddenly you are struggling with your children, it's because you're changing and healing so much that they are a bit unbalanced by it. Step back. They don't need to understand everything. Just step back and let it be what it is. They will come round as you settle and become more sure of yourself, because you as well are changing. So you have to kind of come to grips with, well, who am I now? But that will settle. That will settle. But the parenting I'm getting for this reading in a very, very big way is how you parent yourself. Do you parent yourself? And that's what this card is you are going to start to acknowledge how much power you actually have. You are going to see things for how they really are and the part that you play in it. We co-create. We all play a part. And so our outside world has to be a reflection of that part that we play as well. And that's not the easiest thing to hear. And we've got another 6 and another 3. So again, taking responsibility. And this, Taurus, is in yourself. You're taking responsibility in yourself for your actions. The 3 is that creative expression, the connections, the shared feelings, being social. It's the optimism and pleasure as well. The 3 is it's the number of joy. And in taking responsibility for the part that you play, you're actually going to find joy, Taurus. I know that sounds kind of not counterproductive, but opposite, counterintuitive, thank you. But you'll feel a sense of relief, a sense that you are more powerful than you thought, because you do impact things. It's not things that just happen to you. The outside world doesn't happen to you. You participate in that. And I mean that with so much love in my heart, Taurus, especially for those of you that are really struggling at the moment. That's really hard to be told that or to acknowledge that. I know firsthand. But it's also the thing that will liberate you the most. It's this healing. It's this healing in November, Taurus, that when you get to this, what I have just said will make sense because you've gone through the healing first. You will see firsthand how your inner world impacts your outer world. And we finish December with the 9 of Cups, and the card says, wishes come true, your dreams become reality, a magical time of life, good fortune, faith in the universe that all will be well. What a beautiful way to end the year. And Taurus, that's what this journey is. And there will be difficult times, because inner healing, inner work is not easy. But you will have everything you need to accomplish what you need to accomplish. You will be guided. People will just say what you need to hear just at the right moment. And it will touch you profoundly. It will really have a very deep effect on you. And this is Spirit saying, trust that the journey, trust that the adventure is guiding you to better things, truer things for you, more alignment with your soul, mind and body, which brings more harmony and more peace. I'm going to leave you with those messages, Taurus. Thank you so much for joining me. Love and light. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.